up?
Hey, how are you?
Good. Welcome back, and welcome back, my little boy, Erik Medhus.
Thank you, thank you.
How's he doing? Been pestering you much?
A little bit, yes. Not pestering, but he's been around. I think he was just messing with me here a minute ago. So,
Yeah. Oh God, he was messing with your Zoom, man. Totally.
yes, he was.
Um, he's kind of like the pestry little brother, huh?
Yeah, I don't mind it though.
Yeah. Do you have any brothers?
I do. Yes, a younger brother.
Okay.
Yep.
Did he ever pester you when he was little?
No, we are 17 years apart in age. So,
Oh, they could still pester, but yeah, that's a lot. All right, today, peeps, we are going to talk about what is the key to happiness. Erik, I love you, by the way, as you know. What makes some people happy and some not? What's the secret?
it's how it's being given to me is that the secret is different for everybody.
Yeah.
Uh, what your key to happiness is not what my key to happiness might be. And
Oh.
yes, yeah. So what it is what makes one person happy, wife and kids and the family, that might not be the key. That might be absolutely miserable for somebody
Oh.
else. Um,
Oh.
and so the key to happiness, how he's putting it, is to you have to follow what's inside of you, but so often we get caught up with expectations that others have of us, um, and so we don't follow what would truly make us happy. And it's not just that, it's that sometimes, uh, because of the energy here, because it's so heavy when we're in the human body, sometimes we really don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Our minds get down with other stuff that we can't figure out what it is, and then when we do, the fear is, what will people think of me if I do
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
So yeah, so really the key, and it's just such a hard thing, is to let go of the fear of what others will think of you.
Oh, yeah. And just let go of fear, be able to surrender. And
Yeah.
personally, I think it's also important to, well, my husband's favorite line is, "You're unhappy, lower your expectations." But I think there's some truth in that. Just don't have so many expectations on what your life should be like, how people should behave,
Mhm.
how much money you're gonna make this year, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and what Eric's saying is that it's funny. He's saying, "Well, my dad is actually right," although he's like, "I
Believe
don't
it or
want to."
not,
Yes, I don't want to give him credit for it, but he's right.
typical.
Expectations of, like you said, what your life will be like, what other people should do, what should happen, the recognition that you should get. We have all these expectations of what should, and really expectations just set you up for disappointment.
I know. And it makes you worry. These are all things for not being in the now. When you're constantly in the future with your expectations, with your worries. And when you're dwelling on the past, that's another way to keep you from being in the now, which I think
Yeah.
maybe is the key to happiness. But for example, if you look at past hardships, challenges, etc., then you become a victim, like, oh, woe is me, has a horrible childhood, blah, 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 then that can make you miserable. But if you say, well, let me look at that experience, there is something valuable in it. I know, let me search and search. And it may take a lot of reflection, and it also may take a lot of emotional honesty with yourself, but there's value in every bad experience. And once you realize it, that value, you can appreciate it and be grateful for it and embrace it and poof, let go of suffering. So
Yeah.
that's another way to
Yes.
keep you in the now. I feel like I'm channeling you, Erik. Is that what I'm doing? Because it
Well,
sounds
yeah.
way too
Well, yeah.
smart to come from me.
No, he's don't be modest. He said, don't be modest. Yeah, it really is, and it's very hard for us to live in the moment, because it is the fear of what's coming, and there's the need for humans to plan and to know and to control, what's coming, and that's all really a facade. We don't really have that kind of control. We just think
Yeah.
that we do. And it's also so easy to live in the past and make excuses for, well, this is why I'm not happy, or this is why, because of what my parents did, this is why I can't do that. And it's that thinking that holds you in a place, and keeps you from moving forward, spiritually, emotionally, physically sometimes.
Yeah.
You stuck.
Yeah.
And uh, sorry, he was giving me more with that. Uh, it's that it's so easy to be a victim here. It's so easy to feel like a victim of what everybody else is doing, and it's hard to just kind of pick yourself up and dust yourself off and take responsibility for your own life, regardless of whether you were a victim of circumstances in the past. You still have the control over how you feel now and how you feel moving forward.
Oh, hey, Jennifer, when you move forward, it gets really loud. And when you move back, that's because that happens when you don't have the headphones, but just kind of maybe stay in the same spot. Erik, keep her tame. Tame her, girl and boy.
I can't help it. The
I
energy.
know, it's hard. It's hard. That's why I wear headphones, because I know I move around a lot. But wow, that's really interesting. So what is the key to Jennifer's happiness? Erik?
Yes, he's to get past my fear, to work past my fear. He over the last few days keeps calling me a chicken shit.
Ah, bad
Yes,
boy. I didn't raise you to have those kind of manners with the ladies.
yes, it's okay, because I'm just so fearful of putting myself out there. And
Yeah.
he says, "This is what you need to be doing. You know, it's what you need to be doing, and you just have to get out there and do it, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine." He says, "You worry so much. You worry." Okay, thank you. I have to get a handle on how much I worry. That's the key to my happiness.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, really, what's the worst that could happen?
Well, I know.
I
Yeah.
mean, we are eternal beings, by the way. So, what is the worst that can happen to all of us?
And he's
So,
like, she knows that. He or she knows that.
but
But
here, no. Yeah. Well,
and
anything that, is there anything that can help her? I mean, it's easy to say, well, just don't worry. Well, just don't think of a pink elephant in the room. Is there any kind of aromatherapy, crystals, anything that might help her?
for me, what he's saying is you just do it. You just
Just
do
do
it.
it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
No, you just do it because you can.
All right. Because,
He said, because I'll help you.
oh, that's good. So worrying, you're kind of in the future instead of in the now. What is my key to happiness?
Focus.
Okay.
Focus.
Oh, were you talking? I'm kidding.
Yes. The key to your happiness, what he's saying is to focus on the task at hand, because otherwise there's this sense of getting overwhelmed.
Okay.
So one thing at a time
Okay.
will help you with that.
Anything else?
Yeah, taking time to reflect, quietly,
Okay.
in private for you,
Okay.
like meditation. This is
Yeah.
a good way to help you. Which he says, did you just start getting into that more? I do feel like we're doing some more self reflection or um, writing
No,
down.
more self reflection, because there's a lot of chaos and drama in the household because we have so many people living here. It's like, ugh. Anyway, and with people comes drama. So, so would you distill it down to the key to happiness as being in the now? Because then you're not going to be worried and expectations. You're not going to dwell on the past and be a victim.
Yeah, it really is about being in the moment that you're in. And most of us actually are never living in the moment that we're in. Really, it's a mass issue. we're all living in the future or in the past. We're not living right in the moment. And, you know, with the technology and the phones and
Oh.
this kind of stuff, this is creating a bigger issue as far as not living in the now. We're living in this like alternative reality, um,
Mm.
and that's creating this happiness for people. And it's interesting, but you know, you're looking and you're seeing what other people are doing, and you're thinking they're having these wonderful lives and these happy lives, and it's taking away from our happiness,
Mm.
and it's not real. He's saying that that's not real. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's a facade. It's phony, um, and that's part of what's taking people's happiness away. Is they're comparing themselves to others, and
Yeah.
they don't have all the facts.
No, they don't. Oh, as a doctor, I've had a lot of patients who had so much money and seemed to be so happy until you really start questioning them, because to me, their emotional health, the family dynamics, all that was very important as an internist for me to know so that I could better take care of their physical health. So I found out a lot of skeletons and a lot of closets, bless their hearts.
Oh yes, and it really is about the mind, body, and soul, the mind, body, spirit connection. Without having the three connected, we can't really find true happiness,
Yeah.
because something's always a little bit off if you don't have the connection. And he says, as a doctor, you know that some people are so disconnected from their body,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost they don't even realize that they have pain and problems in certain areas, that other people would be doubled over in pain because
Yeah.
their body, mind, spirit connection is so far apart.
Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to find. I will be looking while you guys talk, but I'm going to look for one particular book. But in the meantime, how is the best way to get into the now? Just to initiate it, and then how do you stay there?
you you have to be conscious of where your thoughts are, which a lot of times we're just, you know, thoughts are running through our brains, not even thinking about it. But you have to pay attention to when all of a sudden you feel a little anxious or you feel like a headache is coming on, and focus on what were you just thinking about, even if you were consciously or unconsciously thinking it. And that's how it's almost like we have to retrain
Mm-hmm.
our minds
Mm-hmm.
to stay in the moment. And when we feel ourselves drifting off, we have to bring it back, and it's going to
Okay.
take conscious to do.
Well, do we do that all the time, or can we just practice for short sessions?
Yeah, well, no, we can't do it all the time because
It's
you know, we're not.
exhausting.
Yes, it is, and we're also, quite frankly, we're not here to be happy all the time. um, we can be happy by nature. We can, you know, our back to our equilibrium is a happy state instead of our equilibrium being a frantic, upset, negative state. We can create so that our equilibrium is back to a happy state. But we cannot remain there all the time. We do have to. It's part of the human experience. We have to experience the other emotions.
So it's part of the spiritual contract then. I mean, you got to have contrast. You got to
Yeah.
have, to understand forgiveness, you have to maybe experience betrayal. And, that is a very unhappy experience.
Yeah, and actually, what he's saying is that there's also the, the contrast makes the happier times better. So if we were just in a happy state all the time, we would not appreciate it. So we need to have the unhappy times to appreciate the happy times more.
That's true. That's true. What I do in my life is like, okay, all the drama's over, all the hardship is over. Now I'm ready for my golden years. And then
Yes.
something else happens. Okay, all right. Pick myself
So,
up, dust myself off, and then something else happens.
yes,
I think that's just the nature of life.
it is. And what Erik is telling me to tell you specifically, another thing for you, another part of keeping your happiness is to watch how much you're taking in other people's issues and you take them
Mm.
in as your own,
Oh
and
yeah.
you own those. And he says it's kind of slowing you down as far as the happiness goes.
That's true. That's another letting go thing. That's right. And I take on the problems of some blog members too. So yeah, it gets to
Yeah.
be, I have to work on that. I will. But maybe also if people started doing things that got them into the now, like cooking or washing dishes sometimes, or gardening, playing some music, listening to music, are those some suggestions? And can you add to that list?
Yeah, they are. And what it is, and meditation, a lot of times people think I have to sit very, very quietly and I have to
Mm-mm.
have no thoughts in my mind. But the things that you're describing put people into a meditative state. I personally can't sit quietly and meditate. I need to be like on autopilot doing an activity, and that will put me into a meditative state. And a lot of people need something like what you were saying, doing the dishes or doing the cleaning or doing the gardening, and that puts them into a meditative state. And in that area is when you get answers to questions in your life. It's when you connect. It's when you can hear your spirit guide better. And this is something that a lot of people uh, need to spend time doing. And it doesn't have to just be sit quietly and do nothing for 20 minutes. um,
No, I can't do that. Like I have to do active meditation.
yes, yes, absolutely. And a lot of people don't realize that active meditation is a thing. So that's going to be very helpful.
Of
And
course,
and he said, when you're in that state, this is for everybody. When you're in that active meditation state, ask questions and
oh,
listen for the answers to come. And they might come like it's your own thought in your head, or you just get a gut instinct in your stomach. But this is the time to ask the questions to the universe, to your guide, to your loved ones, and this is when the answers will come.
yeah, that's true. I mean, sometimes you can hear it as your own voice, but it just doesn't seem to really come from you. You
Yes.
you get this certain feeling. Well, that's good. Anything else on the key to happiness?
Well, it's an ongoing process. It spans a lifetime.
Do you think people are less happy than they were in the past?
You know, yeah, yeah. It's kind of a twofold thing. Yes, because um, there's just it's more intense. The intensity is more now because, and again, I'm back to the media thing, because everything travels at the speed of light. So you hear about all these things that are happening all over the world that might be upsetting to you. Um, so yes, it is, but on the other side, more people are aware and more people are out there talking about this kind of stuff. So there's maybe more help and more information now than there used to be. Does that
Yeah,
make sense? Okay.
that sounds good. So the book that I wanted to recommend is one that actually Eric, I was going to say Lucas, recommended, and that's The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, Tolle. Maybe it's Tolle, I don't know, who cares? But it's a really good book, and it comes on audiobook, etc. And okay, so a couple of other things, well, maybe just one. Oh, yeah. Some of these video games, like Flight Simulator, it seems like that would put you in the now. I mean, you're too busy trying to not crash to. Does that is the, so? Not all of them will yank you out of the now, right?
Correct.
It's almost
Yes.
like active meditation then
Yes.
for some of
Yes.
them.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. Because it's like you're focusing on a single task.
Oh,
And
okay.
so often we spend time focusing on 5 or 10 things at one time.
Hmm.
So to take a mind that usually focuses on 5, 10 things and to make it focus on one, yes, it's like an active meditation.
Okay. Um, one more thing. Is Eric? Does Eric curse with you? He seems like he's behaving better, or you just can't say it.
No, it's funny, and he and I have actually discussed this. Um, I I personally, and he knows, I don't like to swear. Um,
Yeah. But it's him swearing. You can go ahead and do it.
I know. And again, like I said, and he just said it again. He's like, "You're a chicken shit."
Uh-oh. Just let the F-bombs fly.
Yes.
Nobody cares. We know it's not coming from you.
I know he is teasing me. We've been kind of going back and forth the last few days, and he's teasing me, and it is it's a funny.
Oh yeah. No, he's never mean to you, I'm sure.
No, never,
No.
never. But yeah, he does like to drop the F-bomb. So
All right. Well, you can say the effing this the F if you're uncomfortable, but whatever. All right. So would you like to say how people can get in touch with you?
yes, right now you can find me on Facebook. It's Psychic Medium Jennifer Doran, and you can message me through there. I'm really pretty good about getting back in touch with you. And then you can also find my Facebook page on the Channeling Erik blog under the favorites tab.
Absolutely. You go to favorites, then you see the links list, and there she is. All right, sounds great. We will be back with another session that I will post later. But bye, Erik. I love you. Thanks for your wisdom. Thank you so much, Jennifer. And I will talk at you later.
Bye. He said, love you.
Bye.